Oh, man.
What?
She came.
Where?
There.
Oh.
Be it sight, sound, smell or touch, there's something inside that we need so much. The sight of a touch or the scent of a sound or the strength of an oak with roots deep in the ground. The wonder of flowers to be covered and then to burst up through tarmac to the sun again, or to fly to the sun without burning a wing, to lie in a meadow and hear the grass sing, to have all these things in our memories stored, and to use them to help us to
You didn't remind me.
Oh, readers, listeners.
Oh, no.
Do you want to explain yourself?
Well, you're not going to welcome people first. I've just remembered. I'm so bad at this.
Okay, next week.
Well, welcome people first.
Welcome people first.
I was meant to do homework, and it was to find another banger that we've all forgotten about. And I forgot.
Have you not just got one you can
I literally just
pull
forgot.
out the bag?
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, my music tape's pretty basic.
Daft.
No, that's not true. I knew as I said it as it came out of my mouth. But no, I don't have a secret banger up my sleeve. That's your fault because you didn't remind me.
I don't need to remind you. You've committed yourself.
Right.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, listeners, if you're disappointed that we do not have episode 1 of Deep Cuts.
Right, next one, I promise. Right, remind me though next time.
You've got to bring 2 Deep Cuts.
Okay, but remind me.
I don't know when we're next going to be recording.
Oh, right, well, I won't bother then. Doesn't help with my motivation.
Welcome to Camo Pod with Madness, the podcast that doesn't follow up on its promises.
Is a constant source of disappointment. Welcome. Just like your mum.
Yeah, so have you got any rock news?
No one has. Have I? Oh, you're looking at me like I do.
Well, what were you doing at the weekend?
Oh, you mean Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is this rock news?
No, we've talked about going to see Gladys Knight in the past. You know,
Okay.
we are ostensibly a podcast that talks about Kerrang and Metal Hammer, but we'll basically talk about any old shit that we like.
Okay.
So we talk about other types of music. We don't just listen to Iron Maiden.
Okay, so we went to see, but you were wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt.
I was,
we went to see Busted, supported by Hanson. And it was very much fun. Very much fun.
Very much fun.
It was very much fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, wasn't it? You had fun.
No, it was good.
It was good.
Do you want to just talk about your history with both of those musical artists?
Well, I was obsessed with Hanson. And really wanted to look like Taylor Hanson. But that boy is too pretty for me. But I bought Vans because of him, and I bought clothes that matched what he was wearing, and I changed my watch to my other arm because he wore it on his other arm, unless music videos are lying to me. Hope not. And it wasn't ever comfortable, but I always wore it like that.
Did you think you might run into him in the street and he'd be like, "Hey, watch buddies"?
We once went to New York, me, my mum and brother, and we went to, I'd once read, because obviously you buy every magazine, and I once read that they if they were in a place like New York, they like to go to like games places, video games places.
Arcades.
Yeah. And we were in New York. We went to this like shitty sort of dive place, like in Times Square, And I was really thinking we might just bump into them here. This might be it. This is the beginning of my romance. It didn't happen, and I ended up with you. So, and the rest is history.
I'm going to leave the diss aside.
Yeah.
For the moment,
Yeah.
they were quite sort of hippie-ish looking, weren't they? It was like mid-90s, wasn't it, or late 90s?
Well, it would have been like 96, 97
Right.
was the start.
And they wore like beads and like they just had a sort of hippie vibe to
Well,
them.
they had long hair.
Yeah, but like the way they dressed as well.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because when I met you, you weren't dressing like Hanson.
No. Well, that was later
You'd
on.
entered your dark phase then, hadn't you?
Yes, massive goth. Yeah. Well, still would have had my Vans. That type of thing. Yeah. So there you go.
So what about the rest of the night? We saw a very young band supporting
called the Tyne.
The Tyne.
And they were good because they sang Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, and everyone loves that song. And that was fun. And
all the songs they were playing in between the bands were all like early 2000s bangers, weren't they? It was all Avril Lavigne, Eminem, My Chemical Romance again.
It was good.
Yeah.
And then Busted were good.
Busted were great, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a particular highlight?
I mean, Where's the Love for You? Because, you really
do like that song. That is a fucking banger. And I always did. And I remember, obviously, I was not the age range or the audience for Hanson. But Hanson infuriated my house. He hated them with the heat of 1,000 stars. He just despised them so much and never quite worked out why.
I just can't imagine him ever getting angry, so it's impressive he got that angry about three young boys.
He just basically just sort of shrugged. But I think it was because they were younger than him. Like that was the only thing I could work out. And sort of half jokingly, but I really meant it. I said Hanson were better than Oasis, and that again infuriated him. And he didn't even like Oasis. He was not an Oasis fan. But he thought that was his team. He was on Team Enemy and Melody Maker, and everything else was shit. So, so after a while, it really amused me to say that Hanson were better than Oasis. But, like, Where's the Love is a freaking great song, isn't it?
I remember, like, I've got a sort of beef with Jane Middlemas because she once... Do you remember her?
Of course.
Of course. There was
Ozone.
I used to I think so.
Yeah.
Record any bit they were on the telly, like wait there, and hear that they're going to be on Top of the Pops, or if the entire thing for it to be like a 2-second clip from the week before or something. Bad recording anyway. And there's a bit in one of the music videos where they're driving a car, and she made some comment, and she said they're probably not even old enough to drive. It's not even like a massive diss, like they're probably not. But that when she said that, I was furious. I was like, don't you dare take my hands in like that. So I think now if I met her, I'd find it really hard to like not hold that against that one comment 30 million years ago that wasn't even an insult to them. But
do you know why Jane Middlemas annoyed me? I mean, this is the
she said Hanson couldn't drive.
Anti-Jane Middlemas pod. Welcome.
I'm sure she's lovely. That's why I feel bad now.
I thought she was a good presenter and everything. She was fine. She was charismatic. But I remember seeing her on a show with Jeremy Clarkson, and I can't bear Jeremy Clarkson. Why I was watching it, I don't know. But he was doing that thing. That thing he always does is, oh, you young people, you don't know real music. I'm going to play you some real music. You don't listen to vinyl. You're all idiots. And she was doing the, oh, you're a stupid old man. You like stupid old man music.
Right.
And he put on a Curved Air record, and it played for about a fraction of a second. And she was like, it's shit. This is shit. But just because obviously she'd been told to say that to like, so they could have some banter. But it was the worst banter I've ever seen. That really annoyed
Top
me.
ants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our rock news for today.
Yeah, we're annoyed about Jane Middlemas. Please come on the podcast, Jane.
And take back what you said about Hanson. And she'd be like, what? I'd be like, I still remember it.
Yeah, but she'll have been like my mate. She'll be like, I'm indie.
Well, she probably told what to say. And plus, like I said, they probably weren't old enough to drive.
No, you can drive when you're about 12 in America, can you?
Maybe 16. They do it in school, don't they?
Yeah,
I think they take driver's ed, don't they?
Every American film I've seen has children driving.
So you'd have to be in school. Anyway, rock news.
Anyway.
So, yeah, and no one on Facebook has liked anything this week.
Oh, okay. That's your Facebook update.
That's my Facebook update. That there is no updates. Well, no one's done anything. So check back in 3 years and, like, you know.
Well, you've got to like something now.
Dave Lee Roth will heart react to something I tagged you in 9 years ago. I wish.
I bet.
Look at me shooting for the stars. Who do I think I am?
DLR is not on Facebook. So this week, you know, we had like an amazing format breaking episode the other week. We did 1991.
Yes.
We've got another amazing format breaking episode this week.
Okay, hit me.
But we're not going to the 90s.
Okay.
We're going to 1984.
Ooh.
So I thought we'd look at the charts.
Okay.
Because we've never done a 1984 issue before, have we?
Proclaimers, I bet.
Well, let's have a look.
Bet the Proclaimers are in there.
All right. I mean, should we do the whole 40? Just the top 10?
Top 20.
Top 20. Okay. So
Meet in the middle.
Slade are at number 20 with All Join Hands. Don't know it. Wild Boys, Duran Duran.
Wild Boys.
That's a classic, isn't it? Treat Her Like a Lady, The Temptation. Zzz.
Okay.
I said The Temptation.
Well, okay.
You were looking at 17, weren't you? Caribbean Queen, No More Love on the Run, Billy Ocean.
That is a good song.
That is a good song, isn't it?
Yeah.
One Night in Bangkok by Murray Head.
Yeah.
I think that's from a musical, isn't it? Number 15.
Do the conga. Black Lace.
Black Lace. Not Black Lace, but Black Lace.
Black Lace. Can you play clips of it next to it? Is that what that play button is?
Probably going to take you to...
Do. Even though everything by Black Lace makes me cringe my face off and makes, you know, like I'd rather just bury myself and hold. But you would dance.
It would depend. It depends where you were.
I actually really despise the conga. Don't ever make me join a conga. I don't know what's like. There's nothing fun about holding on to someone you don't know on their waist as well, and you have to sort of hold the sides. You can't even really hold like, and then to sort of try and keep step with them so you don't step on the back of their legs. And it's just.
I wonder where it originated.
I don't know.
Is it so that people who can't dance have got a thing to do?
Maybe it needs to stop. And then when it goes out the door, it's crazy, and they've left the room. It's crazy. Stop it.
The great thing is when you're not doing it, and then someone tries to drag you into the conga.
We've had that.
Have we? Well,
in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
I avoided it. You avoided it. Like we all should do it.
I think that's what I was thinking of. Number 14.
It's not fun. Stop it.
Number 14.
Yeah.
The Daz Band, Let It All Blow. You know that song?
No.
Do you think if I played it, you'd know it? Oh, there's no preview.
Well,
we'll never know.
I think One Night in Bangkok's a good song, isn't it?
Should we have it? I mean,
oh God.
There's no link.
Denied.
They play that on the radio a lot. They play it on Greatest Hits.
Sing it.
One night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
Very 80s. So number 13 is the Human League with something called Louise, but I don't remember a song called Louise. Fresh, Kool and the Gang.
Sing it. Or play it. Oh, fresh, exciting. Yeah. Fresh as the summer breeze.
That's not an advert, isn't it?
Yeah. I've done my Frank Sidebomb.
Chicago, Hard Habit to Break at 11.
Nice.
Yeah. Number 10.
Nice. Never ending story.
Let's have a bit of Limahl.
Even though Stranger Things has kind of made this a bit mainstream and predictable now, it's not ruined it like it has Kate Bush. But like, I liked Never Ending Story before Stranger Things, but that bit in Stranger Things when they were doing that was really funny the first time you watch it. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it would lose its funniness every time you watch it, but the very first time you're watching it, yeah, and I liked it.
You're a big fan of the film, aren't you?
Never Ending Story, yeah.
I'd say the film's better than the song.
Well, both. Why do you have to compete? Why is everything a competition with you?
Well, it just is. That's
Okay.
the way of the world.
True.
I've got some Limahl content coming up.
Oh.
We were talking about Paul McCartney, weren't we? We All Stand Together at number 9, Paul McCartney in the Frog Chorus.
I used to really like that.
No, it's pretty good. For a song that features frogs. Yeah, it's good. People like rib him about that. Rib it. People have a go at him about that, but it's a good like thing for a kid's cartoon, isn't it?
It was good, yeah.
Leave them alone, you cunts. I'll cut that. Number 8, Like a Virgin, Madonna.
Right.
What's your favourite Madonna song? Not Like a Virgin.
No, it depends what kind of mood I'm in, I think. That one that goes
called Frozen. Where she's a sort of sorceress in a desert.
If I'm feeling like nostalgic for like 90s feeling type stuff, that
is good.
But then, if you're in the mood for something else, something else. Something else.
Anything else?
Just something else. She's got lots of bangers. You just pick one.
Alvin Stardust, number 7, I Won't Run Away. Number 6, I Feel For You, Chaka Khan.
Nice.
That's a fucking amazing record, isn't it?
Yeah.
Written by Prince, features Stevie Wonder. Probably got all sorts of people on it.
Probably has,
Just fucking great. Teardrops, Shakin Stevens.
Do you know that one? You have to sing it because there's no play button.
Well, I don't know it.
You're going to have to sing it.
Teardrops on my pillow. That's not
But you can't just make it up.
I mean, shall we? Yeah, Shakin Stevens. I mean, we won't do this with everything because we're here all night. Teardrops.
Oh, he's on a bus.
Find your perfect city break.
Shut up.
From only 169
Only
pounds
100
per person.
Flights, hotel and bags included.
Bags. She said bags. Let's fish. Oh, you're on a bus. Oh, sounds like me. He really liked his coats with a sheepskin collar, didn't he? Or is it a boat he's on, not a bus?
I think he was on a bus, then a boat.
Oh, is he? It's the classic. It's the classic.
That's not a shaky song you'd put on by choice, though, is it? You'd put on Green Door.
Put on Green Door or
This Old House.
Or This Old House.
What do you want to make those eyes at me for? Yeah.
I told you. I think my first experience of cringing was, "What do you want to make those eyes at me for?" Like, I think that's the first time. I remember being on in the playroom in our old house when I was a child. And just feeling very embarrassed. And I think that was my first experience of cringe.
Was anyone else there?
Yeah. Well, it'll be in, it was on the telly, so it must have been Top Pops, because what else would they play something on?
Well, Saturday morning kids shows, they play pop videos.
It feels more evening memory, more evening cringe, but I think that was my first official cringe.
But you do like it?
No, yeah, I do, but I've still got that residual cringe.
The name of the episode is Residual Cringe. I'm going to make a note of that. Thank you very much.
Copyright.
Okay. Number 4, Sex Crime, 1984, Eurythmics. Do you remember that?
No, you have to sing that one.
It was, there's no play button. It was for there's a film of 1984 that came out in 1984 and
Clever.
they did the song 1984. I think John Hurt's in it and a bit miserable.
Okay.
The Riddle,
Nice.
Nick Kershaw at 3. That's a good song.
I was singing that the other day.
Yeah. Well, I think we sing that a lot, don't we?
Well,
The video has the Riddler in it.
Stop cutting most of that out. Can't stop when it starts.
I was going to say DC Comics never saw it because they would have sued him, but I think he's going to sue us now for that.
Because he'll be like, you played the actual song, and I'll be like, no, oh, that's embarrassing. I sang it, and they'll be like, no way, you played that. You played that from our YouTubes, and I'll be like, no, I sang it. You're embarrassing yourself here.
You're like the Police Academy guy.
I'm just like him.
Who we've met.
You've met.
You've met him. I haven't met him.
Not really. Well, had a photo with him, shook his hand.
Did he do a weird noise when you?
No. Oh, when we went to see him, we should tell the story. It was very funny. Unless you told it and I've forgotten, like that might happen.
No. You're all right.
Okay. The one time. So we went to a convention, because we're dorks, and it was an 80s convention because we're old dorks, and he was there. There was a lot of the Police Academy's staff.
A lot of the officers from Police Academy were there.
Also known as actors, all right. God, pedantic. Oh, I know the proper words for things. Dickhead. So he was on stage, and they all had microphones, like handheld microphones, and he pretended that his was cutting out and making weird noises because obviously that's what he does, and it was hilarious. But he was doing it so well that the person came on to check his mic and was obviously panicking.
Well, they can't take chances, can they?
No, and it was just him messing about. It was very funny. It was brilliant. It was excellent content.
Value for money, wasn't
excellent.
It? Because you want to see him, you want to see him make funny noises.
Yeah.
Don't you? He did it. I remember seeing him, I think, in the 80s on some show, and he did an impression of Jimi Hendrix, but Jimi Hendrix with the guitar noises.
I think you've shown me that, yeah.
Number 2, Jim Diamond, I Should Have Known Better. That's the one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
I'm going to get sued again.
I mean, that's going to blow people's speakers when they listen to this.
Well, it was just as good. Don't. The worst thing you can do is stifle someone's talent.
Well, no, that's true, but I might have to just reduce the volume slightly because we don't want complaints. Number 1, Power of Love.
Power of Love.
Which I don't think I liked at the time, but I think that's a fucking great record.
Christmas song, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what month was this?
This was 2nd of December to 8th of December.
There you go.
So, yeah, we're coming up on Christmas.
2nd December, Christmas. December's Christmas.
Yeah. Coming up.
You're not coming up on Christmas in December. You're at Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas isn't one day.
I did have a look at the
it's a state
TV.
of mind. Yeah.
I did have a look at the TV.
Christmas TV.
But the thing about this issue, it runs from November 29th to December 12th. So it was when it was bi-weekly.
Okay.
And I just picked a random date, but the Box of Delights was on that. I looked on a Wednesday. Yeah. One of my favourite Christmas TV shows, although doesn't
sing the theme tune. Sing the theme tune.
Well, I can just cut it in.
Oh God!
Well,
this is why I'm here to bring
the first Noel, isn't it? It's the Edward Healy Hutchinson Christmas Carol Symphony.
You made me watch it.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Speaking of creepy things, we should talk about the Children of Green Knowe.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Children of Green Knowe?
Yeah. I bet people will be sort of going back checking what was this meant to be about, like Kerrang, because
No, Kerrang is just a part of
they've
what this
literally
is
just
about. This
chatted
is
shit
mostly
about
about
Hanson busted,
80s
sang
nostalgia.
really badly, and just
Diamond, Black Lace.
Children of Green Knowe, right?
Yeah.
So I've kept this on a tab that I'll keep open for the rest of my life in case I forget about it. Let's just take a screenshot right now in case I forget about it or accidentally close it. And I don't know whether was it a series or was it a one-off, but because all I remember about it is it's a statue of, I think is it St. Christopher?
Yeah.
And he's got a kid on his shoulder. Is that the statue normally? I don't know.
I think so.
But he walks through water. This little girl watches him from a window, and it's like the Wrath of Khan haunted me my entire life. That statue just walking through the water. So yeah, if you remember Children of Green Knowe,
there's loads of bits of it, but I can't see.
You've got to go on.
I mean, something's come up: horrifying kids shows from the 80s and 90s.
So for some reason, it's just I don't know. Is the whole thing creepy? I don't know whether the whole thing's mystical or whether it just looks like that because it's the 80s and it's weird.
Well, this is clearly set in like Victorian times or something, isn't it? Look at it. That's olden days shit.
So this little girl I think she wakes up from bed, which is worse. No one likes being woken up from the sleep to look out the window and see a statue walking through the water. Yeah, you just casually hear "Tomorrow Will Be My Dancing Day" being sung by a choir outside your window. Terrifying. So at that point, you don't wake up, you don't get out of bed. You cover up your head and you just pray till morning. Take the dog though, yeah, protection. And then she looks out the window. And she's in a creepy house, obviously. I don't remember a single other thing. And then she looks out and there's a moat or something around the house. And statue walking through... A stone statue walking through water.
Yeah.
Is she smiling? Absolute freak. Fine, isn't it? Stone statue walking through water.
If you're watching on YouTube, the full series, you want to go to 1 hour 31.
1 hour 31.
Okay.
Let us know if you remember it. Or if we're just talking.
You've been listening to Children of Green Knowe.
Welcome to the Children of Green Knowe podcast. It's quite niche and we only talk about 1 20-second clip out of the whole thing. Rest of it, I haven't a clue. Night.
Yeah, I'm really sort of curious about this show now. Anyway, do you want to talk about Kerrang?
Yeah, let's talk about Kerrang.
Did you read the music papers from the back and to the front? Did you find out where to see your favorite band?
From 1980.
Kerrang, all right. Look who's on the cover.
Well, that's a good cover.
Yeah. So do you want to describe it?
It's a purple cover, and it's got Prince on the front with a microphone dressed in purple. Okay. And it says Rain Dance.
So Kerrang number 82, November 29th to December 12th. It's 80p.
Quite a lot in it.
Okay. Yeah, in those days, I think that was about £17.
Ooh.
So yeah, Prince live in Detroit, photo exclusive. He also got U2, The Alarm, Dokken, Raven, Heavy Pettin, Moody Blues, and Deep Purple Part 2.
Nice.
So I think literally every single magazine we've ever looked at has got Deep Purple in. But like, you don't really expect to see Prince on the cover of Kerrang, do you?
You don't, but you should.
You should. So in Mayhem,
yeah,
we've got a nice picture of chap from Heavy Pettin.
Yeah.
Do you want to describe this?
Not really.
Well,
nope.
They're dressed as schoolgirls, but they're about 27, so it's fine.
Orcs. Let's move on.
I did look up Heavy Pettin.
People will remember this if they grew up in the 80s. When you went to the swimming pool, your local swimming pool, and you had the poster up for telling you that you couldn't bomb, you couldn't Dive, I don't think you could dive. No heavy petting, that's what I always remember because I thought that's really funny. Let's have a look at the poster. Oh, stay on track. No heavy petting sign. No, we'll not. Right.
Is
Okay.
there an image for no heavy petting?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same one I remember, but it's... Oh, this one just said petting. Ours was no heavy petting. I'm sure, yeah.
Petting of any
Unless
kind.
it's a... I'm sure I remember heavy petting. So in ours, you must have been allowed petting, but just not the heavy kind. No running, obviously, sensible. Pushing. No aerobics or gymnastics.
Is there a universal standard for petting?
Well, no shouting, no ducking, taking all the fun out of it.
You can't do anything.
No, petting is someone who looks a bit like you with his arm around a woman and they've just got like love hearts around them.
Is what, me?
Yeah, it looks like a bit like you.
Oh, yeah.
See? No bombing, no swimming in diving area, and no smoking.
Have they got, like, no pissing?
No, that's allowed. It's going to be really weird if I've imagined the heavy part of that. I'm sure, I swear to all that is holy. All of these say petting. Have I imagined heavy petting? No, because ours were different. Oh, no, wait, this looks... No. Don't push, don't run, don't have fun.
That's a good motto.
Just stop having fun in the pool. Why are they all not saying heavy petting? Why have heavy petting on that one?
Thanks
So,
for that.
well, I just thought, what kind of weird little pervert was I that I've imagined heavy in front of it?
Well, that says no heavy petting.
Yeah, that one does.
Yeah.
But the rest of them don't. They just say no petting.
Right. I mean, it's a weird word for it, isn't it? Because it sounds like you're...
Right, but as long as I haven't imagined
with a
that's...
nice little animal, you're just...
They had really rubbish cartoons on the one I went to, like no heavy petting. That's another one. Okay, yeah, right, good. I've not imagined it. No breath holding. What?
Well, because you could die.
God, I mean, this is like the Footloose city, isn't it? Stop having fun, everyone. How did we get onto this?
Heavy petting.
Of course.
Do you
Oh
wanna-
my God! Right.
Do you want to
Okay,
listen to
obvious.
Heavy Pettin? I think it's got some good lyrics coming up.
Yeah, go on then.
Check out his policeman.
Right there. Oh. Why is everything making me feel really awkward now?
Pretty good.
Don't know how to react. Raptor was good, but let's leave the rest to the history books.
They're the Scottish quintet.
They are a Scottish quintet.
Yeah. They don't sound Scottish, do they? They sound like they're rocking Americans.
Yeah.
All right, next page, you've got a story.
Your favourite?
Fucking Phil Collins, man. Come on. Phil Collins, pictured above, takes a sabbatical from Genesis to play a series of 10 UK dates. Not terribly exciting. Phil Collins has been working on material for a new solo album, which is expected out on the Virgin label to coincide with the above dates. A single will precede its release in January. I looked it up, and the single was Susudio.
Nice.
The album was No Jacket Required. So are you a fan of that song?
Yeah, but I think mainly because of American Psycho, which is not a good reason to like the songs. But I was a big fan of American Psycho. Used to watch it a lot.
Do they play Susudio in that? I know they play In Too Deep, don't they?
Is that when he starts going on about his big rants? How do you
Do you
spell
like Phil Collins?
How do you spell the word?
Sussudio.
UDIO. Cool. What does it mean?
I think it's a nonsense word.
Okay, yes, it is, and I won't play it because I think it's on a bit where he mentions something. So we'll just yes, it is. Look it up yourself. We're all adults. It's a film.
You know, ages ago, I think
Oh, good for you.
I
Can't mention him without saying that.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Well, it's ruined now.
Unprofessionally. Bless him. I think at one point I wanted us to do a dedicated Genesis podcast, and I saved the audio from American Psycho.
Well, we could do that. I just don't think I'm going to have much. I mean, I was going to say I don't have much to add, but I've not talked about anything to do with anything you've mentioned so far. I've gone off a tangent at every given opportunity, so I could just. I think I get more squeamish as I get older though, because I'm not sure I could just like I used to just watch it like it was just Friends and just watch it, but like now I'll be like, this is pretty like
It's pretty horrible,
horrific.
isn't it?
I think I was a bit of a weirdo.
Have you ever read it?
No.
That seems like the sort of thing you'd read.
Yeah, bit of a weirdo. Used to watch Seven all the time. And like before even I knew about the song, I got my tape player playing record next to the telly.
Yeah.
From the VHS.
Yeah.
And age yourself.
This
And,
is the 50s.
And recorded obviously the theme tune, but it's like a really messed up version because it's not the normal. I don't know how much of the song I can sort of sing, but yeah, I really liked like the sort of messed up, sort of scratchy version of.
Is it Closer?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll find out. I'll put that on the playlist.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the normal.
But they'll be.
It was like the weird, so
Closer.
like Closer, but for weirdos, like
Seven remix. There you go.
is it called Seven Remix? So
Yeah.
play a bit of it. You can cut this out, but just so you can hear it. Oh, it's Disney. That's
Disney.
not quite same vibe. That advert is always on.
Yeah, I know.
Disney have lots of money.
Already pay for Disney Plus.
Yeah, but we use it a lot.
True that.
I use it a lot. X-Files, mate. You may as well skip forward a bit. Right, but so imagine like I'm listening to this. There's taped, like, can you imagine as well the quality as well? Because I've taped it from the telly.
You made it even more fucked up.
Yeah. But didn't you have like. What weirdo?
Well, you just about hear the song in there, can't you?
At the end it goes, you get me closer to God. But I think that's like it. The rest of it's just sort of screechy noise.
Fair play. Well, that's what you want with Seven, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just remarkable that ended up so normal.
Did you ever play the game Quake?
No, I do know it.
Trent Reznor did the music for that, and I'm putting music in quote marks because it all sounded like this. It was all like horrible sound. It's a bit like American Horror Story.
Right,
it?
yeah.
You know, that's like just
the beginning bit.
Drilling.
Yeah. Oh, American Horror Story.
So do you want some
Shout
more?
out if you like American Horror Story. Let's try and stay on topic for more than 5 seconds.
No, people come for the. I don't know what people come for. If anyone
Not
listens
this.
to
No
this.
one comes for this.
No, do you know what I put out the last episode?
Yeah.
I put it out today. Already, someone messaged me about it.
Ah, saying what? Can you please muzzle that?
Can you stop?
Muzzle that isn't before anyone gets at me. It's a quote from The Dirt.
The Dirt, yeah.
Not my words.
words of
I am referring to myself as
Fake
the one.
Nikki Six.
Yeah, why would I say? Don't know that.
He said, we mentioned the book Way of the Weird because it's what the Sabbat album Dreamweaver is based on.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh no, yeah, you should read it. It's really good."
Okay. What is it? A novel or?
Yeah, novel. But I mentioned it sort of briefly, and you know, someone's listened to it.
You poor things. Because obviously we just do this for fun, so I can't fathom anyone wanting to listen to. I mean, you maybe, but
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I'm hard going, and you've got used to it because you've been with me for many, many, many years.
I don't think you're hard
But
going.
it's a lot. It's a lot. I try and tone myself down as well. This is me trying. So
This is you at what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5. I'd say. I think I was 6.
Well, at the moment, like,
right now.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. In the news, this jumped at me. Neil from the Young Ones has just issued his debut album, produced by Dave Stewart. Not that one. It's entitled Neil's Heavy Concept Album. Neil will be playing a special Christmas show at London Hammersmith Odeon on December 22nd. Now, I listened to this album like a week ago or so, and I can't remember why I was listening to it.
Because it's Neil from Young Ones.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about the Edmondson thing that you talked about the other day? I know you don't have to go into detail, but if
yes, so as at the time of recording, so this is the 20th of September, Adrian Edmondson was on the BBC's Desert Island Discs the other day, and I listened to the extended version on the website, and yeah, you should check it out.
Why should people check it out?
He gets quite emotional at some point. He's talking about Rick Mail, and he actually gets quite emotional.
Is that all you got to say?
And I got quite emotional.
So he was upset, you were upset.
Yeah, everyone was upset. But
yeah.
if you're a fan of
who isn't? Come on,
Rick Mail, if you're a fan of Ade Edmondson, yeah, give it a listen. Yeah.
What sort of things is he talking about with regards to him?
I mean, do you want to set me off again? I mean, he was talking about like the end of his life, basically, and like their sort of working relationship, and they sort of fell out.
Well, it felt like that right towards the end there was some a bit weird oddness or disconnect.
Yeah, you should listen to it because it would just me basically be repeating what I can remember, but he sort of tells his side of the story, and you know, I think he feels bad about it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're listening to the Downer podcast. Anyway, Neil's Heavy Concept album.
Yeah. Well, it's related. That's actually related.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know,
you can't talk about that without talking.
We'll always come back to certain things, won't we? We'll always come back to the Young Ones. We'll always come back to Bottom.
Yeah.
But you should check out. So it says produced by Dave Stewart. It's not not Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics, but it's the other Dave Stewart who was in Egg, I think, maybe. And he had the big hit "It's My Party" with Barbara Gaskin. Anyway, so it's really sort of well produced, and he does some well-known songs. So he obviously does "Holding My Shoe." He does "Golf Girl" by Caravan. He does "The Gnome" by Pink Floyd. He does a Donovan song, "Hurdy Gurdy Man." But they're like really well done versions. But it's a bit of a curio. But yeah, I read this the other day. Here's your Marillion content.
Yeah.
Neil from the Young Ones, Nigel Planer, supported Marillion on tour in 1982. Really? And I've tried to find information about this. I've tried to find video recordings of it, and I can't. But apparently it happened. And I've heard Nigel Planer interviewed a couple of times saying, "Oh yeah, I supported Marillion." And they wanted Marillion to do "Holding My Shoe" with him. And they were up for it, but apparently their management was like, "No, we don't want to do a comedy record."
Right.
You know. So it ended up being Dave Stewart instead. But there you go. There's a little bit of
Marillion news for you.
Marillion news from 1984. There's an advert for Queen 2.
Wow.
And Queen 1 and Queen 2 are now out.
$2.99.
$2.99 on LP and cassette.
Wow.
And look,
that's cheap, given that the magazine's 80p, isn't it? Do you think?
I don't know. When I started buying records, they were like £5.49.
Right.
So that is cheap. But
That's
I mean,
cheap.
they're reissues, So, you know, they should be cheap, shouldn't they?
Right. God. Why do you want Queen to not earn any money?
I'm giving Queen enough of my money. So on the next page,
Meat Loaf. Oh,
nearly,
spoiler.
Raven.
They look like a crazy bunch.
Northeast trio Raven has just issued a double live album on the Megaforce label in the US. UK release through Neat is likely in the very near future. Now, I don't know much about Raven. I think they're a whopping band. But him in the middle, does he remind you of anyone?
He sort of does.
Do you not think Joe Cornish from Adam and Joe?
Yeah. Yeah.
He does look like him. I mean, that's terribly exciting if you can't see it, but we'll put the pictures on our Instagram, which is how we use our Instagram on this podcast.
Which is how we use our Instagram.
But I noticed that the track listing for this album, Mind Over Metal, that sounds all right, Crash Bang Wallop, Rock Until You Drop, All for One, Forbidden Planet, brackets guitar solo. They've got a song called Star War. Right. Star War, singular. I got quite excited by that. So I looked it up. And I don't think it's about Star Wars. I mean, it might be about, like, you know, the SDI Strategic Defense Initiative, which was going on at the time. That's Reagan had this thing where they were going to, like, shoot missiles down with lasers. But this is the song Star War.
Ooh. Ooh. That is Nov-Dec to the max, isn't it?
Yeah.
Star Wars! Wow.
Actually, all right.
It's all right.
There's only one comment on this video. I was 11 years old when I first heard this song. Now I'm 50.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
I
always remember one episode, again, stop, tangent, Adam and Joe show, where they go into a shop and it's got a sign that says, if you break it, you bought it. And they just go around breaking stuff.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that lives rent free in my head. I always think about that.
Yeah. And I've heard both of them talk about that, and they say they hated doing that.
I bet it, because it's horrible, really, isn't it? Because I know they will have paid the person.
Yeah.
But
they said I think they said there was one shop they were doing it in and someone hadn't quite got it. So they were getting the shopkeepers getting really upset.
Oh,
so
horrible. But yeah, I think that's why I think about it, because it wasn't nice.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything else about it.
But you were a fan of Adam and Joe. I wouldn't have brought up Adam and Joe if.
Of course. Who wasn't back then?
It was the talk of the town.
And the Shawnee Show.
Yeah. So the Star War by Raven.
I like that Raven is a V, but it's also a lightning bolt.
Well, I mean, come on.
It's clever.
If you're going to come up with,
because it's almost like the lightning bolt has struck, and then the sort of ripple effect of the lightning bolt has spelled out Raven on the floor in electricity.
Raven's not a bad name, is it? Raven.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And even on that poster there, it looks like the lightning bolt separated. Ruined my theory now. Forget it. Forget it. Doesn't even work anymore.
So
Raven can suck it.
This got me thinking about songs that are based on Star Wars.
Of course it did.
Right. Which there aren't that many of that I can think of.
No, that's Star Trek.
Yeah. Different Star franchise.
Yeah.
Have I ever played you Master of Darkness?
Don't know.
Right, so there's this album called Space Metal by Star One, right? All the songs are about sci-fi movies.
Okay.
Right? There's a song about Star Trek 5. It's got like whale song on it.
So I wasn't far off mentioning Star Trek.
There's a song about Alien.
You just looked at me like I was shit when I said it.
But I'm going to play some Master of Darkness because this is rocking.
So, well, who sings it?
Star One.
Oh, that's a band?
Yeah. I mean, it's not a brilliant song, but like the vocals on it and the
Is it just because it's sort of like Judas Priest meets The Darkness with other stuff mixed in?
that sounds all right to me. That's like prog metal. That's what prog metal should be.
That is good.
And yeah, it does help that they've cut in clips from Star Wars movies, but that's how you get me excited about something.
And in case you weren't sure of the genre, they've put a galaxy thing around the background as well on the outside, just in case you weren't quite clear.
Well, I think that's how you get around using the clips, because there's like AI that finds copyrighted material.
Right.
Right,
hacker. What, 1990s?
So
remember Hackers, everyone?
Going back to magazine, we got a big old advert. Meat Loaf Hits Out of Hell.
Hits Out of Hell.
Coming soon. Amazing new video featuring all your Meat Loaf hits.
Can't go wrong with that.
So what's your favourite Meat Loaf?
Paradise by the Dashboard Light, obviously.
Do you want to tell your Paradise by the Dashboard Light story?
What story are you going to say? Go on. What story?
Well,
are you going to say when we were in karaoke?
Yeah.
Well, it was you and me in karaoke.
Yeah, we rented a room by ourselves.
By ourselves.
Because we're so fucking cool.
Yeah, but why would you want other people there? I can't sing, as we all know, so I don't want many people in the room.
That was a great night.
That was good.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit...
Yeah.
Chunder Monkey came out to play.
They were very lean. I thought they were going to, like, bill us.
They're probably like, there's two of you in one karaoke room. We know how this ends. So
and it
we're
was
already
like,
not...
I think it was like a Tuesday, so it was like super cheap drinks. That's how we managed to get so...
And they came to the door and asked us that we didn't even have to move.
Yeah. I miss going to karaoke.
That was good. But yeah, I sang that a few times.
Yeah. Well, we did a duet.
Well, obviously, you need to duet.
So yeah, that's a new video that's out. Also, there's a new single out from Meat Loaf called Nowhere Fast.
Nice. Win a day on the road with Meat Loaf.
I mean, can you imagine anything better than a day on the road with Meat Loaf?
You know that bit where Avid Marian meets Meat Loaf on a red carpet and they just sing to each other?
Yes.
I imagine every interaction with Meat Loaf would be like that. You'd have to just operatically sing at him about anything. That's just how I imagine an interaction with Meat Loaf would be.
So, like, what do you think is going on in this picture?
He's going to beat back a devil woman with a thing.
Well, where are you getting devil woman from?
Just imagining.
I mean, he's wielding a sword, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's wielding something that could be a sword. And I thought, is this a dragon? Is he Dio now? Is he fighting dragons on stage? But I looked up the video because I did my research on this, right? I looked up the video to this song.
You don't do much else, but you do a lot of research for this podcast. It's a good job you do, because I do none.
It's called procrastination. So do you want to watch the video to Nowhere Fast?
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
Jess fucking Glynn. Fucking Jet fucking 2. Right.
Oh.
So you can tell it's the 80s.
Lols.
You get the idea. But actually, this adds context. This is the motorbike. There's a giant motorbike on stage.
Right.
I guess this
yeah.
video is filmed with his current stage set, and like that's a skull, and that's what's in here. So it's not a dragon. I think that's Bruce Kulick on guitar. I think he might have been in Kiss at one point, or maybe that was Bob Kulick.
No, Bruce was, I think, right?
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to keep my non-core members of Kiss straight
in a line
in my head. I do have to play you the end of this video because it's pretty fucking good.
He looks classic Meat Loaf in this video. Oh,
Just a close up.
just boobs.
It. So I was expecting a twist there, but no, he's just getting a birthday cake.
Oh, that's cute.
We've put that on the playlist.
Happy
for you.
birthday, Meat Loaf.
Oh
no idea was there.
Well, I mean, you say that.
You have to look now, aren't you?
Yeah. Meat Loaf.
34.
Okay, so he was born in 1947. And that's 84. So he would have been 37?
7.
Yeah, in 87 he would have been 40.
So I was only 3 years out.
No, you said 37.
No, I said 34.
Oh, right,
I think
okay.
I said 34. You can fact check me on the recording, but I think I said 34. But still. I'd say it's one of my talents, isn't it, this?
You are pretty good.
Guessing ages. It'll earn me
Guessing.
money one day.
Ages. There's a review of the Moody Blues in the album section. There's an interview with Moody Blues in here as well. Actually, I'm going to show you. Oh, it's called Voices in the Sky. I put Voices in the Sky on there. But have you ever heard Ride My Seesaw?
I don't know.
I'm going to play.
One day, can you just sing one of the songs instead of playing it?
I've sung on this before. I
I
sang.
just feel like the ratio is really off.
No one wants to hear me sing.
No one wants to hear me sing.
Okay, first of all, I want to show you this because they look so shit in it.
I don't know. They've got the suits on.
I chose Wix for my business
Shut
because
up. But I remember listening to a session. They used to play like old sessions on Radio 1. And the guy, and then there was a Moody Blues one, and he goes, right, we're going to finish with a rocker, like a proper rocker. And they played Ride My Seesaw, and like, you see if you think it's a rocker.
Well, it must be if they said that. I'm going to take it on
Okay,
face value. Ooh,
starts with
psychedelic.
starts with the poetry.
Roots deep in the ground. The one where there are flowers to be covered and then to burst
Not enough
up.
things start with poetry anymore.
Sun again.
Yeah, poetry in a Birmingham accent.
To the sun without burning a wing. To lie in the meadow and hear the grass sing. To have all these things in our memories more. And they use them to come.
It's the lost chord. It's in search of the lost chord. So I always thought you could do a really good metal cover version of this. But as far as I can tell, no one ever has. Wait, can you imagine? I mean, they all look like waiters.
They do a bit.
Especially this guy. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to play you that.
Banger.
Yeah, but Malcolm Dome says you can't argue with gems like Ride My Seesaw.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
hey.
well, I'm not going to argue then, am I?
don't
Well, I'm not going to.
don't come at me with your arguing.
I'm not going to.
There's a review of an album by Charon.
Okay.
Right, now Charon should be a good name for a heavy metal band because Charon's the ferryman on the River Styx who ferries the dead to.
Don't pay the ferryman, man.
That's the one, yeah.
Chris De Burgh was metal as fuck.
But the problem is, it sort of sounds like Charon. Doesn't it? I thought you'd enjoy that because of that.
I think Chris De Burgh will one day be appreciated by the people.
You think he's ahead of his time?
Something's not right if people don't like him, and he's got bank like that. Spanish Train. Actually, all his other songs, but they're not really like. I can't convince you that they're the other songs are like Missing You. I can't claim that's like a metal banger.
I think.
But Spanish Train and Don't Pay the Phone Man.
I think if you're a middle-aged lady of a certain
Shut
age,
up!
in
I'm
the
not.
mid-80s.
Right.
I'm not saying you are, but you like the same music as them.
Yeah, someone's got
I once saw a very funny TV ad
yeah.
for Chris De Burgh, and it was very Alan Partridge.
And it wasn't meaning to be. Was
No,
it him?
no, Chris-
Actually.
Yeah, it
Talking
was.
about
It
his
was
album?
like
Oh, I want to see that. Find that, please.
Chris De Burgh.
I imagine him doing like
TV.
one of those Woolworths adverts, the Woolworths Christmas advert that we watch a lot of,
I mean, it was kind
where
of.
he'd be promoting his album.
I mean, this is it. Like many years ago, someone shared it on Twitter, and everyone was having a good old laugh about it because it was like, here he is, and here's all his hits, but it was him like shaking hands with local businessmen and getting like a shiny tour jacket and stuff.
You need to
Don't
find
Pay
that.
the Ferryman. He looks like fucking Lord of Darkness in that.
See?
Check it out.
Metal.
Should we add that?
Yeah, go on.
Like people.
You can skip past it, but it will. People are probably like, I'm not going to play your playlist because they wreck my algorithms, and then it keeps suggesting Chris De Burgh to me. How you spend television there?
I think it's this.
The very best of Chris De Burgh. An album which truly captures the magic of Chris De Burgh. The storyteller, the picture painter, and the performer. His classic songs together on one special album.
That is really good.
It
Can
was-
you please remember where that is? Because I want to share that
I'm going to save it.
on the internet.
Okay, getting back to rock music of a kind. Iron Maiden's Power Slave, you can get it on picture disc.
Wow.
That is pretty exciting. I don't know why you'd have a black and white advert for that, but yeah, now available on picture disc and compact disc.
That's a bit modern.
Mm.
I didn't get a compact disc until like 94, I think it was. 93, 94.
That's shocking.
Right. What were you doing?
In 94?
Yeah. Did you have CDs?
Yeah.
Shut up,
I got a
man.
CD player.
It's embarrassing how desperate you are to seem cool. Right? Let it go.
I think late 80s, because the first...
You did not late 80s.
It was, because the first CD I bought was The Thieving Magpie by Marillion, which was new out. Although I had that on tape first, so maybe it was like a year or...
Convenient, right.
Maybe it was a year or two after
Your
that.
story is really, really quickly coming apart. Right.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Just trying to impress you with
Yeah.
my CD having ass.
It's not impressing me because it's lies. Right, Richie Blackmore.
Yeah, so Richie Blackmore hanging around with some old men. I think that's quite a nice picture.
That's nice.
Now, Richie Blackmore's famous for wearing a sort of like witchfinder hat or sort of wizard hat.
Yeah.
Did it all through the 70s. But I don't think this ensemble works because he's wearing his witch's hat, but he's sort of wearing a standard 80s jacket of the type I wore.
Everyone wore those jackets that don't even sort of look like they quite fit. Like the arms definitely, I know they're sort of pulled up because he's cool and he's by the docks, but it doesn't look like, it seems like a better fit could have happened. I mean, the colour is excellent.
I think I'd won that colour.
I'd be scared if I was by the docks that a wind would grab my hat and throw it off into the sea.
I bet he's got quite a lot of hats though.
Ah.
He's a millionaire. On my YouTube recommendations,
Yeah.
Deep Purple live on the Big Breakfast came up like the other day. Remember Deep Purple playing live on Big Breakfast?
No.
There's
What year? Oh,
well,
it's
Johnny
Vaughan
Vaughan's
then, I
in
must be
it,
watching it.
actually.
Actually, I don't know. I watched it all the way up until Johnny Vaughan left. Because then when Richard Bacon took over, that face from Denise Fountain was brilliant. 98. Yeah, I've been watching it.
Up for which glue to use? Our interactive guide finds.
I'm not giving Gorilla Glue any promotion on this.
Oh, not in. Oh, not it. What? Okay.
Oh, I meant to bring this
Wow.
up. I meant to bring this up. Right. So we're now watching an advert for comedy of a old-fashioned and not really okay variety.
Yeah.
And the tagline is, do you remember when comedy was funny and you can say anything you wanted?
I mean, they're showing a lot of people who aren't funny. Which
So
is...
they think I am of the age where I
Oh
want to
my
see Jim Davidson and Chubby
goodness.
Brown and Freddie Starr.
Oh my gosh.
That's what the internet thinks of me.
It's got a low opinion of you.
But I did prefer it when you could say what you wanted.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I think that's a fucking ludicrous thing to say. But, yeah, no, that's apparently ads that are aimed at me. So this is a big breakfast. You're proper playing live.
Of course they are. Who's that guy in the front? Maybe someone from Family of the Week. Actually, I bet they did a competition that you could come and watch. So I bet that's all fans, isn't it? They won a competition. That's the sort of thing they did back then, wasn't it?
But you get a lot of Johnny and Denise really sort of gurning in the audience, which I'm of course not seeing right now. When I watched it the other day, there was a lot of that. But there you go. Maybe watch that at your leisure.
Watch that at your leisure. Nice. 7:06 in the morning.
Yes. Imagine being that loud at that time in the morning. Yeah, so big old article about Deep Purple.
And it must have been like wintry time because it's almost dark, isn't it? October
98.
Oh, October 98. Almost Christmas 98. What a time to be alive. I don't remember anything about Christmas 97. I remember 98. Don't remember anything particular. Rain Dance.
We got a big old article about Prince.
Nice.
Live in Detroit. The 7-page extravaganza, all photos, live review by Robert Ellis, retrospective by Mick Wall. So he is. He's sort of wearing a sort of cape.
Half cape.
Half cape, half topless. And yeah, looking absolutely fucking fabulous. Pulling a very cheeky looking face. So I thought this was a good idea, a good opportunity to talk about Prince.
Okay.
Because you're a big Prince fan, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I remember when we met, you had the video to...
Yeah, the video with hits and B-sides.
Hits and B-sides. Yeah.
And we always used to just watch that, didn't we?
Yeah. VHS.
You'd come round, stick a VHS on.
Get drunk.
That's what we'd do.
Yeah. I think I threw up on your bed a few times.
Did you? I brought that out.
Yeah. Yeah. So how did you discover the music of Prince?
Through my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I read through all this, and it's all stuff you already know. I did find it interesting that he learned to play music, knocking out his own renditions of popular TV themes like Batman, Dragnet, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Nice.
But it's interesting, Batman, because like a mere 5 years after this, he was doing the soundtrack to Batman, right?
Yeah.
And also, so Prince, in his formative years, became dexterous on up to 20 different instruments, eventually hooking up with a local producer who offered him free studio time if he'd agreed to play piano on a commercial. Prince ended up playing every instrument on the advertising track, using the studio time to record a demo of his own original material. And then basically he was offered record deals with 3 major companies, CBS, A&M and Warner's, but the problem was his insistence that he produce and control the recording, packaging and marketing of his own product, and he's 17 at this point. I thought that was great. So yeah, Purple Rain has just been
17.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
I mean, talented motherfucker. Purple Rain has just come out, and there's some pictures of. This is in 1981, his own UK performance at London's Lyceum Ballroom, and there I think he's wearing thigh boots, and he's licking his guitar.
Why not?
Just looking absolutely fabulous. The live review is fine. It says he's amazing, and then there's a big lull in the middle where he just plays piano and it gets boring. And the writer says, "Oh, he's kind of a pop star." And he doesn't want to sort of admit that he's that good. But then by the end of the show, he's playing like kind of Jimi Hendrix style guitar solos, and then he's back on board.
Right.
So I think Prince basically gets a thumbs up from Kerrang, but I don't think he was in the magazine much after this, because we've not seen anything. I think they were maybe a little bit more diverse back at this point.
Well, they must have been, because they definitely aren't including stuff like this going forward.
So what's your favourite Prince song? Can you possibly say?
No, probably not, because I think it changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Changes depending on. Yeah, I think you'd have to have like a top 20. Something like that.
Yeah. And we did actually get to see him.
We did.
Didn't we?
Year before he died.
He was, or was it just a year?
So yeah.
I was surprised. I'd read that, he's sort of done himself a bit of damage doing the splits all the time. So he needs a cane to walk around and stuff. But when we saw him, he was jumping about, and he was popping a rock pit in a rock phase, wasn't he? Because he just went out with a band of like 4 people, and it was all his really rocking numbers. So like Endorphin Machine and stuff, and the song guitar, and absolutely fucking ace. I mean, how lucky are we that we got to see him, right? And how lucky, I'm sure any time you went to see him would have been brilliant. But I remember one of your friends saying they went to see him, and
they heard someone who went to see him, so I don't know how true it is.
Yeah. But I think there was a period where he wouldn't play any of his actual songs. He'd just do jazz fucking workouts for 3 hours and not play Purple Rain because he was sick of it and he just wanted to kind of play something new.
Yeah.
Like,
well, apparently.
But yeah, when we saw him, he played Purple Rain, didn't he?
He did. No one took any photos. No one took any videos.
Well,
it was good.
But
it was good. It'd be some crap video that you'd sort of hang on to forever, be really worried that you're going to accidentally delete. You'd never watch again. Yeah, it was a very good idea of his to stop us.
Yeah, and he also said, I think we got an email from the venue saying, Prince has requested you all wear purple.
Something purple.
Yeah.
I bet he's like, no, it didn't. Why would I say that?
I bet the venues just say that, don't they? It's like, come on, put something purple on. I don't think I owned anything purple, but you were wearing something.
So I think we put something purple on.
Okay, so in the singles reviews, we've got Tina Turner, Private Dancer.
Nice.
The Sexy Acid Queen is at it again after having, again, please remember this is 1984.
Okay.
After having a good old drool over the cover of this 12-incher, I can safely say that our Tina still has the best pair of Scotch eggs in the biz.
Oh,
why wasn't this cover done in 3D? As for the single itself, well, it's sleazy for sure. Real soothing movie soundtrack stuff. Not to my liking.
Oh, that sounded really positive until the end bit.
But the B-side is River Deep Mountain High, and Nutbush City
That's a
Limits.
B-side.
Yeah.
Mental.
Live.
Right.
Again, Moody Blues get a mention.
Okay.
Moody Blues of the voice. Is this someone's idea of a bad joke? I thought the Moody Blues had gone out with the arc. Not only did this band make naff videos, they also make naff records. How OAPs still buy this fifth-rate ELO influenced wallpaper Muzak is beyond me.
Wow.
I mean, scathing.
God. Someone's out the wrong side of the bed.
We've also got a review of Hot for Teacher by Van Halen.
Okay.
Here it is, folks. The cut from Van Halen's 1984 LP. And you should see the sexy video that goes with it. I mean, I think this guy's frustrated. Teacher contains one of the most over-the-top drum intros you're ever likely to hear, and Eddie churns out one of his catchiest riffs to date. If you haven't got the album, then this single is an essential purchase.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, next page. It's an article about Dokken. And George Lynch from Dokken, who does he remind you of?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of distracted by the hair.
Well, he's got Limahl hair, hasn't he? He's got like...
Oh, right, okay.
He's got black at the bottom and like bleach blonde on top.
It's a good look.
When we were talking about Never Ending Story, that's what,
right.
That's
He's
your
not
Limahl,
actually featured in.
your Limahl content for today.
I did wonder.
Uh,
Oh, sweet hair.
So yeah, that's Justin Hayward from Moody Blues.
Oh, right.
And if that single review didn't convince you, then I mean, this is not a terribly exciting interview. I'm going to read you a little bit from it. One of the pleasures of being in a rock band for me is it provides an opportunity to collect all sorts of items, including nice paintings from around the world. My house is full of things I've bought while on the road. I'm a great hoarder, whereas my wife is always throwing stuff out. Consequently, I'm forever having to hide particularly precious purchases from her grasp. Right.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure the reason of Kerrang in 1984 wanted to hear what nice things Justin Hayward's got in his house.
It's yeah, I'll not be reading that article, but I'm very happy that it's happy.
But this I thought was interesting. There is a Justin Hayward number, Eternal Woman, recorded as the main theme for upcoming sword and sorcery movie She, starring Sandal Bergman in the title role. Rick Wakeman did the incidental music, and Motorhead supplied a couple of songs. And why have we not watched that?
Was it a film?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we shall dig that out and see if we can give you a full review.
Yeah.
So getting into concerts, there's a very long review of U2. Again, they wouldn't have talked about U2 in any of the ones we've got, would they? U2 at Glasgow Barrowlands, and quite a long review actually. And then the Alarm at Friars Aylesbury. Again, the Alarm aren't really a Kerrang band, I don't think. They're sort of Welsh version of U2.
Right. Don't know.
And Steve Marriott at the Tunnel Club. So what Steve Marriott from The Small Faces and Humble Pie. And so he sings All or Nothing. Like, who was that guy that we saw at that 60s show who sang All or Nothing?
Who would that have been?
He talks about Steve Marriott and he says, I knew his mother.
I feel like that was that guy who might have been wearing a wig, not sure.
I think every one of those things is wearing some kind of piece.
I can't remember who that would have been. So in Noon? No.
No, it wasn't Peter Noon.
Was it not? Who would it have been? It'd have been a guy who was with someone who then came on his own. It was that guy, wasn't it?
Yeah. He did a couple of songs, but one of them he did was All or Nothing, which was like one of the songs I really knew. So we'll look that up for you. So that's nearly at the end. There's a review of Ghostbusters.
Wow.
And it says it's crap.
Oh, I bet they feel very embarrassed now.
I didn't laugh once and can safely say that Ghostbusters is the biggest pile of crap I've seen in a long time.
Oh my god.
Oh, Xavier Russell.
Oh, I bet
he's changed his tune. I bet he likes it now. Come on.
That's interesting though, isn't it?
Yeah, because that film is universally beloved, and you just can't imagine anyone watching it and thinking it's crap. I mean, you might not think
No.
it's the best thing ever, but
then, yeah, it's interesting. Utter crap. Overhyped.
if you don't like Dan Aykroyd and co-star Bill Murray (brackets and I don't),
Oh,
and there's
well,
no way
right.
you're going to dig this movie.
Well, if you don't like anything, then you're not going to like this film, all right?
Okay, there's a review of Hits Out of Hell by Meat Loaf.
Okay.
9 songs, 4 from Bat Out of Hell, stuffed into a 53-minute video. It doesn't mention that one we just watched, though. The only video that makes it worthwhile, Dead Ringer for Love, is the one that features Cher, of course, but you'll have seen this a zillion times when it was on Top of the Pops.
Feel like it's a bad thing.
And on the... Oh, no, there's some more Marillion content. Right at the back, a view from the bar. Fish in naked journalist liaison shock. Lanky Marillion vocalist Fish was spotted by an employee of the Gloucester Hotel and Country Club carrying a limp naked body, later revealed to be that of Kerrang journalist Mick Wall, out of his bedroom in the small hours of the morning. A satisfactory explanation is yet to be forthcoming, especially as the rest of the band, along with melody maker Scribe S. Carol Clark, were also reported to be in the vocalist room.
Okay,
that's extra Marillion content.
that is extra.
And on the back cover, we've got an advert for Led Zeppelin's song Remains the Same. At last it's here on video.
Is that the one we went to see?
No, we went to see they did a theatrical presentation of the DVD that came out, but this is the movie came out in like 1976. This is the first time it's been on video. I think I might have rented it from the video shop and watched it.
The video shop, I think, Grandad.
It wasn't even a blockbuster, it was like an independent. That's the end of the issue.
Oh, lovely. Been a pleasure.
That's our tight 40, 1 hour 25.
Well, De Burgh et al. Slightly derailed things.
Yeah, we finally gave you some Chris De Burgh content
that you've all been waiting for, and Children of Green Knowe, and loads of other stuff no one cares about. But you know.
So what have we learned? Nothing.
If I say nothing, is it a bad thing?
Of course not. It's good to learn nothing.
It's good to learn nothing.
So next week, or next time,
I'm going to do my homework.
You're going to bring us some deep cuts.
You've got to remind me, though, otherwise you know
I'll
what my
remind you.
brain's like.
Okay.
So, yeah. Lovely to see you.
Yeah. Catch you next time on Can I Pod with Madness?
Keep it metal.
Keep it metal.
Bye. Love you.
See ya.
You are now an official member of the New Power Generation. Welcome to the dawn.